Hi, it's Cotton and welcome to Flowers. Today we have a very special guest. She keeps the beats going, the dance floors full, and she's a cosmic girl. Welcome, Cozmic Cat.
Hey, hey, hey.
How are you?
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for doing this.
So cool.
How's it going?
It's going so good. Today's a beautiful day, and I woke up so excited about this. So I'm happy to be here.
Yay, I'm so happy you're here. Let's start at the beginning. How did you first get into being a DJ and come up with your name?
I think it was just always a natural gravitation towards music. I am just obsessed. I've always been obsessed since a little kid. And I was I visiting New York? Or a friend was visiting New York and brought back a mixtape from a DJ. And I played it and I played it and I played it and I was like, how do they do that? This scratching, this mixing, I was obsessed. And this was the time around like Delight and New York was popping and I was
scene,
obsessed. And so I said, that's it, I'm gonna be a DJ.
And then how did the name, like was it Jamiroquai? Like what gave you the sort of...
It was actually before Cosmic Girl. It was, okay, there's this, this is kind of a funny story. There's this brand of catnip called Cosmic Catnip. I don't know if you've heard it.
I've heard of it.
So I had a cat and we would get the cat really high on Cosmic Catnip. And I'd be playing records in my apartment because I didn't have a real gig yet. And the cat would be super high and super obsessed and like trying to scratch the record and rolling around. And we would just kill ourselves laughing and we would call the cat DJ Cozmic Cat. And finally, I got my first gig. And I was like, they were like, what's your DJ name for the flyer? And I was like, I don't know, DJ Paula? And I was like, no, we have to do better. So I looked at my cat, Ollie, and I said, I'm gonna steal your DJ name, Ollie. So I did. My first gig was DJ Cozmic Cat.
Where was that first gig?
It was in Hamilton.
Oh my God, the Hammer.
I think it was called the Casbah or something, like a gay bar.
Wow.
And it was just like really kind of very, very cute. There's probably like 8 people there.
Right.
And I messed up terribly. I stopped the music at the wrong time and everyone looked at me and I was just like, I don't know. But yeah, we moved on and I became Cozmic Cat. I changed it with a Z and became Cozmic Cat.
I love that. What is it for you about house music? I mean, we've both been immersed in that community forever. What is it with house music?
I feel that I never heard house music until it became associated with like the queer scene and the black music scene. And then when I saw the electrifying energy around this music, I was like, oh, I get it now. Because when you just hear it and you don't understand where it comes from, what is associated with it. To me, I was listening to pop and hip hop and like rock, all sorts of music. And I was just like, this is just repetitive beats. Like, I don't get it. But then I went to a party in New York and I was like, I get it. I heard it.
You felt it.
I felt it.
Yeah.
And I wanted to be a part of that scene. I wanted to be a part of that music. I wanted to listen to it, collect it, create it, everything.
It is a spiritual thing.
Oh my God.
Thing, a soul thing. Isn't it though? It really is. I mean, house
really
music.
Is. Not everybody understands house music.
Okay. Kind of a quack. How would you describe Toronto's queer scene and Toronto's house scene, and how do they intersect?
I would say our queer scene and our house scene is super diverse, just like Toronto in general. And of course, there are so many different parts of all of them. I can't be speaking on all of them, but I would say the best thing about the Toronto house scene is that it is largely inclusive. There's so many parties where being queer is absolutely not just okay, but it is the vibe.
Yeah,
do you know what I'm saying?
Of course.
You'll see signs of inclusivity, whether you'll just feel it or know it. People, even straight promoters, have taken a lot of care to make sure the queer people feel represented, the queer people feel safe. They're doing what they can.
Yeah.
You'll see signage, you'll see like people with jackets being like, if anything, you know, is weird, come talk to us. So it's good and it's inviting. Of course, we have a lot of work to do integrating straight and gay scenes and straight and queer scenes, but I think that Toronto is like a really good example of how we should be moving forward.
That's amazing because, you know, a lot of like, it's been co-opted in a lot of ways, but we know where the house music origin started, which is?
In the warehouses of New York and Detroit and Philly and Chicago. And this was Black queer people who were absolutely marginalized, looking for a way to create solidarity, create community, express themselves,
Church.
be free.
It's church. Yeah.
Take them to church.
I'll go. What are the most significant changes you've noticed within Toronto since you started here as a DJ? And you know, we've gone through a lot in the last like 5, 6 years, especially. Things are kind of crazy. The world's scary. But what have you noticed from the beginning till now?
I would say the two things that stand out is the number of events. I know a lot of people will say like, oh, the nightlife is dying. No, I see the opposite. I see events everywhere, pop-ups everywhere. So that's really encouraging. And I think the second biggest change I've seen is the diversity in the lineups, in like even the festival scene, in the pop-up parties where we're having sober parties and day raves and parties with different kinds of music like Afrobeat and different festivals. And I think that it's really, if I roll back in my mind to 10 years ago or even 5 years ago, it was a different scene. It was more homogenous. And now I think we have like a lot more representation.
So you're seeing more of a unification within the Toronto scene?
Yeah, but just something for everybody.
Yeah.
More things for everybody.
That's great.
Yeah,
I love
think
that.
it's
So
great.
maybe it is sort of the roaring 20s after all here.
Oh my God, yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes.
I love that.
Be free.
Let's talk about Cherry Bomb and your work with Denise Benson.
So it's pretty unbelievable when I look back, and it's been 17, 18 years that we've been doing this party.
Oh,
Starting from very humble beginnings at Andy Pool Hall. We just had an idea that we wanted to do a queer party off of Church Street and showcase local talent. And that was kind of the mission.
Yeah.
And we used to do it every month, and then COVID hit, and so we changed. We took a break and then came back at the Round in Kensington. And the scenes evolved, and so have we.
Yeah.
And now we're just focused on an annual party.
And when is that party?
June 27th.
Pride.
It's a Pride weekend.
Month in Toronto.
Yeah,
okay.
and it's amazing. It sells out. We have over 1,000 people, and the energy is through the roof.
And it, predominantly more of a women's party.
I would say there's about 10% non-women, but I would say, yeah, it's queer women's party.
Yeah.
Yeah, but everybody's welcome. Very inclusive. Yeah.
You have traveled a lot, you know, throughout your life and through, you know, your career as a DJ.
Yeah.
What sort of gigs stand out to you as sort of the highlights within this, you know, large career of almost 20 years or 20 years?
Yeah. It's interesting because success and happiness is kind of subjective. And sometimes I used to think like, oh, if it was a big gig, it would stand out. But sometimes it's just the energy. And there's one gig that really stands out, and I was playing in a very small bar called Dolly's in Iceland. And I'll never forget it because so many things were like a perfect storm. It was just a really cool little crowd that was into it 100%. And it was in Iceland, in Reykjavik, and I had always just fantasized about going there and wanting to, like, it was just such a mystery land. And then here I was having a gig there. I played my heart out, but more than the music, more than anything, was just like, I just felt like I could die now. I made it.
Wow.
I made it, you know? Those moments when you just feel like, that's it for me.
You're on the right track.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, okay. But luckily, you've got more things coming and lots coming up. Tell me about being a music producer and where things are at with that.
Music production was just such a cool like turning point in my career because I would listen to these songs and I would, you know, look at the credits and think like, oh, wow, music producer, like what a cool thing. Like what would it be like to actually create the records,
right?
Create the music. And the learning curve is huge, but I've always been kind of low-key obsessed. It's very challenging. So when I put out my first album, it was like the hugest deal and kind of gave me permission to just keep at it, keep going. You can do this, you got this. So it's almost like DJing to a crowd of like 5,000 people when I'm in my studio and I hear like a fire beat. It's like my whole body goes on fire. I'm like, oh my God. No one's heard it, just me, but it's electrifying.
You're feeling it, and obviously, I mean, music to you is so important.
Yeah, and creating it, especially as a Black woman or a Black queer woman, I think that there's such a minority where you hear Black women, the experiences, oh, you're rapping, you're singing, you're playing the tambourine, you're up front, you got incredible vocals, all this stuff, but like, who's making the beats? Who's making the music?
You are.
Who's arranging it? Who's producing it? So that's where my mind was at. I want to be the one creating the whole vibe.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Yeah.
You have DJ'd lots, you've shared the decks with many people. Is there someone that kind of stands out that you're like, oh my God, I'm playing with?
Oh, so many people.
Start talking.
I mean, okay, well, someone that I was really excited about was recently, it was the Shapeshifters. And that, you know, with Lola's theme.
Yeah.
And I was just, wow, really, really excited about that. Alternate was another big one. And then there was, you know, Jewel Kid. Jewel Kid, I've been such a fangirl on that music, on the way that the energy transmits through that producer's music. When I got to play with them, it was just like, it was a dream come true.
Amazing.
So it's kind of like being able to play with your heroes, your icons, people that you admire, their sound. Yeah, it's amazing. It's been a lot.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah. Exciting. What is coming up next? What's like? I'm obviously lots of gigs. Mm-hmm. You're producing stuff. What's coming up?
Well, tomorrow I've got a release on a UK label called Constant Circles, and it's a compilation called Spirals Volume 9. I have a track on it, and the person who runs this label, her name is Just Her, and she's a super iconic queer woman in Brighton, UK. I'm very excited about that. Looking down the line, I have music that is getting ready to be released on He, She, They. They're a label from the UK, lifestyle brand. You've probably heard of them.
Yeah.
And that will be a third release with them. And always with the remixes, but those are the two big ones coming out. But yeah, I'm in the studio every day. So,
like, what are your hopes in the next 5 to 10 years? Where do you see things going?
To build the brand to the point where it's not necessarily about other people booking me and other people signing me. It's about me just being me.
Full control.
Full control, and just having the Cosmic Love and the Cozmic Cat brand and vibe being like the reason.
Why is queer visibility so important? And also, why should people be booking more female DJs?
Well, for me, growing up, I just never saw anybody that looked like me. Right. And there was just kind of a searching and almost like a grieving where you're like, do I belong? Where do I belong? It shouldn't be like this. It's not representative of the real world. So I think visibility gives a lot of hope for the future, for generations coming up. And it's important because it's tying into why should we book more female DJs. When you look at an all-male lineup, like it's just not real life. It doesn't represent the dance floor in front of you, the nightclub during the week, during the month, during the year. It doesn't represent the city, it doesn't represent the country, it doesn't represent the planet. It's not just all men. So let's mix it up like the way real life is.
You are such a positive cosmic light. You are someone I look up to and someone that I'm so happy that I know, and you're doing wonderful things. Like, to me, I'm about vibes, and you have such a good one. And
thank you.
And you're just doing wonderful stuff, and for that is why you deserve your flowers, my dear.
Prance, queen!
Slay!
Thank you so much.
You're
These
welcome
are beautiful.
so
I
much.
love the color.
Yay!
Thank you.
You're welcome, my dear. Mwah! And mwah! Stephanie.